Good afternoon, and thank you so much for this opportunity to speak. I'm a virgin to the mic, so bear with me. Thank you for this. My name is Yvonne Pierre. I serve as committee member for Black Family Connection with the Down Syndrome Association of Atlanta. I'm also a parent of a 21-year-old who has Down syndrome. And I was trying to prepare something to talk about the now comp waiver and all that stuff, but I really want to talk about the root cause or the root issue that I see from my experience in the disabled community, and that's the lack of value. They're devalued, and also the lack of urgency for what they need to to unlock the waiting list. There's over 8,000 people in Georgia who are on this waiting list, and there's no urgency. And I derive from that because when I had my son Zion, and I'm gonna make it real quick, when I had my son Zion, the geneticist told me when he presented the information that he's sorry, and that next time I get pregnant, that they have technology now to abort. It's grounds for abortion to have a child with a disability, or specifically with Down syndrome. So the value of his life, starting from an embryo, was not seen. So whether it's education, whether it's healthcare, whatever the issues are, we have to change the perception of how we see people with disabilities. And until the perception change, nothing will change. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. All right, all right, who's next? Ms. Henderson, Nancy Petra after that. Yes. You can, whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, community member. My name is Miles Houston, and I live in Chapel, Georgia. Thank you for allowing me to talk with you today. I'm here to advocate for the Unlock 2.0 campaign and contribution for families and people with disability. I am here to ask this community to support 200,400 new com- now come a waiver in an FY 2024 DBAGD budget. We know that is a lot of new waiver. So please have enough to make the total 1,000 for 2024. There are 7,000 people waiting for help to be able to live their life with dignity and contributing to the community. That a lot of people asking for help. I am also here for advocating for an increase to the hourly rate of pay to $18.86 per hour for direct and support staff. So people that work every day alongside people with disability. Direct and support staff help people with disability to become more independent. They care for their needs, teaching them skills, and take them out into the community
Thank
in an
you,
important job
Mr. Henderson. I really
that
appreciate.
deserve more a job that matter in this world. Please increase their pay to the reach in the IDD rate study report by DBHDD. And I'm here to advocate for a waiver because it means I have something to looking forward to every day when I wake up in the morning. It
Mr.
means
Miss-
I
Mr.
won't be.
Mr. Henderson, we got this, and I really appreciate you helping us out here. We got your written testimony. We thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Nancy,
And Larry Ho, I live in Tyrone, Georgia. I want to thank you for allowing me to speak on behalf of my family and 1,000 of family like mine. And I'm here to ask the committee to add the now comp waiver to make that total of 1,000 for 2024. I'm advocating this based on my personal experience. I have a 25-year-old son with Down syndrome. He has been on the waiting list for 12 years and counting, and that's almost half of his life. And his we've experienced the difficulty since 2019 after he aged out from high school. And after high school, he has nowhere to go. He had no peer to interact with. He stay in his room almost all day long, playing with the iPad. And his he become very moody and rebellious, and sometimes even violent. And my wife is a realtor. She has to go out a lot of time. And because my son cannot be home alone, so at that point, I have no other choice. I have to retire. This is about 6 or 7 years earlier than I had hoped. And had we had the waiver, and my son will have a much better, much more meaningful life. And we would be able to send him to daycare to engage in more meaningful activity and learn a lot more useful skills. That was also allow me to continue to work, to contribute to society with my skill and experience. So I'm telling this personal story not to win your sympathy. I want to show that because there is not enough waiver, people with disability suffers, their families suffer, and ultimately the society suffers. So please support at least 1,000 new now-come waiver in the budget for 2024. So you have the power to change the life of 1,000 of people, and you have the
Thank
power
you.
to
Thank you,
make
Mr. Ho.
Georgia.
We appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here.